Remember, how's that business going to change hands if one of those business partners were to die or become disabled in this case? For taxation purposes, premiums paid by the business partners are not deductible as a business expense because any benefit would be received by the other business partner is always tax-free. All right, group disability. Group disability would only replace a percentage of a worker's income. Once again, it's not going to replace all of their income or they'll never go back to work. Now, it could be long-term, short-term, it doesn't really matter, but I do need you to know for your test that in group disability, it's always going to be written on what's called a non-occupational basis only. Non-occupational means anything that happens off the job. It will not cover them if they get hurt on the job, because if they get hurt on the job, they always have workers' compensation to cover them. So group disability is off the job only. Very important for your test that you know that. Next, we have accidental death and dismemberment. Could be a rider to a disability policy or a standalone AD&D policy. But same thing you learned earlier about AD&D. There's the principal sum, which would be paid for an accidental death. And make sure you know for accidental death, death must occur within 90 days of the accident. They would also pay that principal sum for a double dismemberment, permanent blindness, or permanent deafness. Now, there's also the capital sum, which is going to be a percentage of the principal sum, but that's only going to be paid for loss of one sight in one eye, loss of hearing in one ear, or a loss of one limb. So it's only one of something. Other types of policies, there's limited risk policies, which would just cover specific risk. Travel accident policies, and that's an important concept on travel accident, because let's say you are traveling overseas, you're outside the United States, and you have a disability policy here, but let's say you're surfing in Bali, for instance, and you fall off your surfboard and break your leg. Any policy you have here will not cover you, because overseas travel and residence